So this here is the pyramid. And the reason I've shown this is because this is the way I see business, and I've gone through these stages. And as I talk about this, you might recognize yourself and think, that's me. Because we'll all be at some point in this pyramid here. So the first section at the bottom is what I call the player. And this here is usually when you're in business and you're good at something, and you go, hey, I'm quite good at this. Maybe I can make a business out of this. So it's when you're playing with the idea of going into business. It might be a hobby. It might be something that you do, and you start to make a little bit of money from it. So here, this is what I call the player. Who started their business by thinking from a hobby or something that you had an interest in? Did anybody in the room start that way? Got a few, yes. And usually at this stage, you're generating turnover normally from nothing. Sometimes people do it purely and don't make any money, to about 20k. And often at this point, it's that decision of, do I jump and actually make this a real thing? Do I make it my business here? Now, if you do make it your business, the next level is what I call the solopreneur. Now, the solopreneur is a crazy ride, but it's a fun ride, and there's lots of growth in there as you go. Now, the solopreneur is where you wear every single hat. Raise your hand if you're wearing every single hat in your business right now. It's a crazy ride at times, yeah? Yeah. And you have all these different hats on you, and you're doing everything. So you have to be a master in your HR, you have to be a master in all your tax affairs, you have to be a master at marketing, you have to be a master at your sales, all these different areas in there. And often here, you're earning around about 20 to 70k. It's different in different industries, but the reason for that is there's only one you. And if there's only one you, there's only so many hours in the day for you to be able to do what you need to do. So what happens is that growth sometimes gets capped because you can't multiply yourself. So the next stage after that, of spinning all these plates and wearing all these hats, is where you become the biz balancer. Now, the biz balancer is when you have a business and you are doing things in the business, but you're starting to expand it. So you're balancing your business, you're no longer the technician in it wearing every single hat, and you're growing it. And as you start to balance your business here, you can earn from around about 70 to 700k on this part of the pyramid. And the biz balance is when you're kind of still in that business, but then you're out of it and you're in it, and you're trying to balance it that it still works without you having to be there 24/7. Now, this can be a challenging time in the business, but if you get it right, this is where the business can actually start to grow, and you find that balance of freedom and also income at the same time. And it has to be done in the right way, because if you do it too quick, you can find that that balancing act just all tipples there as well. And then the next stage I see in business is the inspiration leader. So it's usually about 700k to multi-millions. This is where I sit at this moment in time. And the inspiration leader is when you've kind of managed your businesses, but now you've got it to a point where you have other people in your business who are inspirations as well. People who are able to take on things on your behalf and inspire things and move things forward on their own. And you're able to also inspire other people to do what you do. So in my businesses, I've had lots of people come and join my team and being inspired, and I'm quite happy with them then going and making their own journey in life with expertise and things I've taught. So when you get to that point, if you have these people in your business, you can be going multi-millions. And you have that balance as well in your life. And then the next stage is the movement maker. Now, when I talk about the movement maker, there's very few businesses out there that actually do this really, really well. And these are your businesses that create a movement, usually across the country or the world, where people require the product or the service. So, for example, let's just think about Apple. Your mobile phone. They've created a product now that, I don't know about you, but if I was to lose my phone, I'm lost. Who's like that with their phone? It's got everything in it. And there's businesses out there, once they create these products that become so much a part of our world, they are movement makers because it just goes. And it's not the case of, if I go for a phone, I'm going for a phone again. I don't need to really be sold upon that. Just give me it. I know it works and I want it. And when you have a business like that, you are 10 million, skyrocketing, beyond and beyond. So the stages of business, and it's about knowing where you are on in your journey and what is that next stage for you, because there's always a next stage, but there's things that need to be put in place to be able to get you there. So I just wanted to share that with you, because I think it's important, because sometimes we just go through business and we're a bit blind, be taken by the breeze. But if you know what that next stage is, you know what you're aiming for, you'll get there so much quicker.